From the home of the Bills since 1973, we are at Highmark Stadium, just south of downtown Buffalo. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Alert, alert.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
Middle. Look out.
Allen off the play fake. His throw incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. You look at this Buffalo defense. And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Attack!
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
2nd and 9.
15, 15.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing in the coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Mahomes going to throw. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Yellow, yellow.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That's laid out deep for Rice. And this is caught inside the 5. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Rashee Rice with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Now Allen off the bootleg. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. He's still barreling through. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Bills hit 4-6 now on the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
2nd and 10.
Alert, alert, alert. Out. Hey, tight, tight, tight. Out.
They run the counter with Cook, and he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Alert.
Allen going to audible to a different look.
Alert. Middle.
In motion, the tight end. Throwing now is Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Half 85, half 85. 56, 56. Done. That's it.
To the air, Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. And now they'll shift things around.
Out. Hey, home, home, home.
In motion goes the tight end. Allen now looks to throw. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 25-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Half.
First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Again, it's Edwards. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Middle.
They'll run with Cook. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. And now they'll throw with Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
All 52.
Motion man is Shakir. Allen now on 3rd and goal. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Now here's Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. 3rd and 7 now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Muscles him off. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis.
Hey, tight, tight, tight.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Allen going to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw, it's Allen. They're going for Headland, but this is intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Chiefs will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
So it's third and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they bring in an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Gregory Rousseau, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And it certainly took too long to set up play action. That gave the pass rush time to get home for its first sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about the quick game and leave play action alone for a little while.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. Big strides, look at him go. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. Mahomes finding his tight end Kelsey for a big one. 57 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
Yellow.
Pacheco is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Pacheco once more, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
The slot man in motion right. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. being chased out left. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
On play action, Allen.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. That's into the hands of Worthy.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
A tackle made by Dorian Williams.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll check this one down to Pacheco.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Mahomes now to throw. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey from 17 yards out.
And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now Allen.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
56. What's that?
Here's Allen to throw it.
Has his man, it's Shakir.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right,
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A very one-sided first half. 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Yellow. Hey, 57 colors.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A real letdown to... That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit.
This is intercepted. Rayshon Jenkins picks it off.
And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late.
Running right, Jones. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Now 2nd and 9.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
To throw, it's Mahomes.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A handoff now for Pacheco.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes, but receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
Toss right side to Pacheco. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Second down and 8.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. That is pulled in by a diving Kelsey. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it.
Attack, attack!
With no hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Yellow.
They'll run here with Pacheco.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He lost 6 there on the first down play. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Chiefs add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Alert, alert, alert.
In motion right, that's Hamler.
Look out.
Allen.
He's got Hamler on the out route.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Look out.
Allen going to throw.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
They can't tackle him. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Middle. Look out.
Here's Allen. Buying time to his left. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Allen going to change this at the line.
Alert.
2nd and 2. And this is Cook with a grab. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
James Cook.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Bills are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2.
They'll look to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Yellow. 43. 43.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco. It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 67 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
57. 15, 15.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
On play action, Allen. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Throwing on second and long. Allen
looking on the out route. He finds Shakir.
And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
The Bills on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Allen now looks to throw.
Quick slant to Shakir.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Allen going to change the look here.
Half 85.
They go play action here on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Attack!
Here's Pacheco once again.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
15.
On 3rd down, it's Pacheco.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Stop.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Shakir hauls it in.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. To throw, it's Allen.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So the shotgun snap to Allen.
He's got the connection to Moore.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Five wide.
Again, they'll throw with Allen.
This is Hamler on the receiving end.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
From midfield, here's Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Look out.
On play action, Allen. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock.
Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal.
From the left hash, this from 39. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Chiefs, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they will finally get an extra week to heal up a bit as they will get the late bye in Week 12.